Some of us love them, others just dread them. But for all of us, holiday season parties offer one of the best opportunities all year for networking. Roxanne Stein joins us with Shari and the top tips to help you make the most of it.
It's supposed to be a happy time of the year, but some of us really do dread those parties, Shari. Why?
Well, Roxanne, walking into a party like that triggers a lot of unconscious memories, often dating back as early to kindergarten or preschool and the playground, and just that feeling of being left out. And when you first walk into a room like that, you really have to navigate your way around. We all assume that everyone else in the room is feeling perfectly comfortable when that's not the case. So it's a combination of unconscious feelings.
So how do you overcome that?
The best way to do that is to prepare. So obviously feeling good about yourself physically, knowing that you look good is really important, but also preparing some talking points in advance. So think through maybe some news, some current events, something about your work or your volunteer work that you'll be able to add to a conversation with. And if you're particularly nervous, just jot that down on a piece of paper and stick it in your pocket so that you have sort of a crutch when you walk into a party.
Does it help to know some of the party goers so you can have some talking points like to talk to them about?
That's always a great icebreaker.
Have the lineup.
But the goal is to be able to use these as opportunities to meet new people and sort of expand your network and be comfortable doing that. The toughest thing, of course, is that first moment that you walk in the room. But if you've got a couple tools, for example, take a minute and just read the room, read the energy of the room. Is it a boisterous, loud party, or is it more mellow? And kind of try to adjust yourself to that energy. And then read the people, read the clusters of groups. You're going to find, if you take a second to look, that there are listeners who are sort of leaning in and paying attention, and then there are influencers who are leading the conversation. If you're going to approach a group like that, you want to wait for the influencer to sort of take a pause, try to make eye contact with that person, and then introduce yourself to that person. That way you're not going to have a situation where you approach a group and then someone continues talking while you're trying to introduce yourself, because you make contact with the main person.
I didn't realize you had to strategize, but it's actually, no, it really makes a lot of sense because it helps you be in control. All right, so you've done all that, but you still get there and nerves take over.
Right, right. Well, there's a couple things. First of all, you can look for more welcoming groups. If you find a group that's, for example, huddled closely together, maybe laughing at the same time, they may be sharing an inside joke. Look for those groups where there's at least one person who's kind of searching around the room. They're going to be struggling and appreciate you coming in to jumpstart the conversation. Especially when you're uncomfortable, be aware of your own body language, because you don't want to unconsciously turn people off with that. So be open, keep your hands by your side, not your arms crossed, that type of thing. And then another great way is to become an ally for someone else. If you're a little uncomfortable, find someone who looks even more uncomfortable and make an effort to introduce them around. It's also actually another great crutch. And sort of the last resort is to find the host. If the good host, he or she will always make an effort to introduce you to people.
And make sure you get to know everyone at the party.
And have fun. You know, people like warmth. They're not attracted to resumes.
And like you said, a lot of people are feeling the same way. They want to have someone else to talk to and be with and talk to about things. Yeah. Thanks, Shari, for the info. I feel better already about some upcoming parties. Thanks. Ashley, back to you.
No idea there was such a formula. Wow, great tips. Rox, Shari, thanks so much. Well, some